Hey, what is up? This is the Keydous NJ80-CP Hall effect keyboard with magnetic switches. Now more and more companies are making Hall effect keyboards nowadays for gamers and keyboard enjoyers alike. What makes this one special? Well, Keydous makes some of the more innovative and exciting keyboards out there that don't cost an arm and a leg. The NJ80-CP comes in a few colors. This one is called the Black Samurai. There's also one called Blue Samurai, Green Shadow. There's an all-white one called White Moon, and even a version called Dark Aluminum Plate. Of course, these come with flippy feet. Only one stage flippy feet, unfortunately. It comes with a media knob, and these keycaps are 1.5 millimeters thick, so they're pretty good. And they also have accent keys for other keycaps. This is a blue and black keycap combination, and then you have the tan keys as your accent keys. If you don't want these tan keys, you can have them in blue or black. There are some extra keycaps in the box as well. That's pretty good. And also, because it's tri-mode, obviously you have the on and off switch there, and this is where you store the 2.4 dongle. That's pretty good. There's also a pro version with a transparent chassis like a Wooting. That's pretty cool. It's got a TFT screen right over here, and that is $124, and it's got a more symmetrical looking layout with gradient side printed keycaps. This model comes in wired mode or tri-mode. This one is the tri-mode. The wired only version is $99, and the tri-mode version, this one, is $109 retail. Now, being a Hall effect keyboard means we got rapid trigger functions, we got dynamic keystroke, we got adjustable actuations for every key, and this means you're all set for FPS shooters or OSU, where your rapid trigger and adjustable actuation keys are going to give you some help because of the lower latency, faster reacting actuation points on your switches and such. The adjustable actuation is one of the most important features for games like Apex, where executing the super glide move is pretty difficult because you have to hit two keys one frame apart in order to get a consistent result for executing the super glide move, of course. And this feature is like a cheat code. Now, because the super glide move is so difficult to do on regular keyboards, Apex Legends enthusiasts have built a website for you to practice this move, and I've used this site many times to test out Hall effect keyboards and non-Hall effect keyboards, just to see what percentage of success I can get trying to super glide. Now, with a regular keyboard, it's really difficult to keep the success rate over 50%. I think I was something like 20+% on my Neo 65 keyboard, which was really difficult to do. So without countless hours of practice, it's pretty hard to keep it over 50% success rate. In my last keyboard review, I used a Mons Geek Hall effect keyboard and got the success rate up to 84%, which is pretty good. On this Keydous NJ80-CP, getting 100% success rate was actually easy, because this time I decided to bind the crouch key, which is the control key. I bind that key to the C key instead. So normally it's supposed to be, the jump and crouch is supposed to be the space bar and control, which is what I did for the last two keyboards that I practiced with. And then this time I did it with how actual players actually do it with, which is the C and space bar. So you got your crouch on C and then your space bar on jump, and then you get that super glide move when you press it together, of course it needs to be one frame apart, so you adjust the actuation slightly differently. So even though you press it together, it's going to actuate at a different rate, and that helps out a lot. So you know, getting 100% on this keyboard was actually pretty easy. Now the Keydous rapid trigger, it's got everything, but it does not have the latest the rappy snappy or the snap tap that the Razors and Wootings have. But maybe they will update the drivers later and make this new feature available. I'm not too sure about that. I did ask them about it. I'm waiting for a response, because I think the future is rappy, snappy, snap tap, whatever you want to call it. I think that's going to be an important feature for all magnetic Hall effect keyboards going forward. Now the good news is that it does have a 4800 milliamp battery and 1000 hertz polling rate with the wireless 2.4 dongle, and there's also a web based user interface that works for this keyboard. It's called qmk.top. I'll leave the link for you guys, qmk.top, and it works for a lot of Chinese made mice and keyboards. So this is really good news for people who don't want to download suspicious Chinese software and, you know, generally just want to stay safe. So with that, let's do a typing test in the stock configuration, and then let's do another typing test with these bad boys over here, the Gateron Jades that are highly acclaimed. Shout out to Gateron for sending these out. They're going to be really making a difference on the sound profile of the NJ80-CP. Shout out to Keydous as well for sending this keyboard out for me to check out. So let's go for a quick typing test. Okay, so now let me switch out the switches on the Keydous. You guys, after taking apart this keyboard, all the keycaps and all the switches, I realized that we have a problem. These switches that come with the Keydous do not have legs like the Gaterons. So I tried to install them in, but these wouldn't punch through the PCB or where you mount the switches. And I know there's a fix to it. I know you can clip off these legs, but I didn't want to destroy them because maybe they need to have those legs on for other kinds of keyboards. So I wanted to preserve these legs and not cut them off. Maybe, I'm not sure, so I didn't do it. But it's unfortunate that I couldn't mount this on. I thought these legs could punch through those holes because there are holes for it that looked like it could punch through, but unfortunately it did not work. So unfortunately I do not have that Gateron test for you guys, but I will have a test later on for you guys on a different board, which I will save this Gaterons for. So that's my video for the Keydous NJ80-CP Hall effect keyboard. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I couldn't do that Gateron test for you guys, but I'll check you out on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.